People that have collaborated on such things as 30 Rock and the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt now bring us an apocalyptic animated series on Netflix. Let's talk about Mulligan. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the Netflix series Mulligan. This is streaming all 10 episodes right now. It is an adult animated series, and Robert Carlock and Sam Means are the people who are bringing us this show. Robert Carlock, frequent collaborator with Tina Fey. He was the showrunner for 30 Rock. He co-created Kimmy Schmidt with her, and Tina Fey actually has a voice role in this show as well. And Sam Means wrote for 30 Rock and Parks and Rec and Kimmy Schmidt and all of these things. So these guys, all running kind of in the same circles. So perhaps bringing that same sense of humor to this series. But before we launch into the specifics here, let me welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We do movie and TV reviews here on the channel, and just about every day I try to post something new. So please consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and comment below with your thoughts on this show. All that stuff, of course, helps the channel out, and I do appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about Mulligan. This is starring Nat Faxon. He is sort of the main voice talent here, but basically in the first scene of the first episode, we see that an alien attack has destroyed Earth, and there is not much left of humanity, save, a few hundred or maybe thousands of people. They're learning more, in episode 2, or I think it's episode 2, they want to do a census, so they're finding a few more people. But anyway, very, very, very few people survive this, and so the survivors are going to need to work together to start all over. But Matty Mulligan is the name of the character, and he ends up becoming president basically because he saved Earth, for what was left of it, from the alien attack. So they the remaining people have named him as sort of president. And then you have Chrissy Teigen, who is his romantic partner and de facto first lady. She is like a supermodel. And then Tina Fey voices a scientist, single mother, talks a lot about her kids and how her nanny was destroyed in the attack. So now she's got to raise these kids by herself and be a full-time working scientist mom. So that obviously plays in for some laughs as well. But you also have Sam Richardson, Dana Carvey, Phil Lamar, Daniel Radcliffe, Kevin Michael Richardson, Ayo Aderby, Ronnie Chang. Like, there's a lot of people involved in this that you may know, including some people guesting as themselves, I guess, in one-off episodes a little bit later on. Weird Al Yankovic, Questlove, and some others. All right, so this show is reminiscent of about 5 or 6 other shows that are sort of all cobbled together. So yes, you have this sense of humor that is in like the Kimmy Schmidt kind of vein. It's sort of self-referential, and there's pop culture stuff going on. There's, kind of that dry, sarcastic wit. Everything's a little bit hyper-realized. All of that stuff plays in here. But plot-wise, it's most like kind of a cross between the movie Idiocracy by Mike Judge, which there's no alien attack or anything, but we are way, way, way in the future, and this complete moron has become president, much like the Mulligan character here. But then it's also reminiscent of a Fox show called Last Man on Earth with Will Forte, in terms of, the apocalypse, and there's only a few hundred people left, and what do? Oh, let's, steal from museums and do, all these other things. So, we're sort of treading on those things, but it's also very, very Seth MacFarlane in its approach. Look, Family Guy, there's no doubt about it, changed the course of the adult animated comedy, for the last 20 years. And I am not a huge Family Guy fan. I think it's got good jokes within, but, the plot structures and the story structures are terrible. I hate all the characters. So, it's not one of my go-tos for sure. But obviously, that sort of sense of humor, that branding of humor, and South Park maybe started it, although they're a much better show, much sharper commentary, and stuff like that. But this is very, very, Seth MacFarlane, Family Guy not only, but also American Dad, because one of the aliens they have kept to study it or whatever, and as sort of, to be able to work for the government, etc. And so there's an alien on American Dad, which I don't watch a lot of, but from what I remember, I think Patrick Stewart voices him. But so they've got that going on. But this even goes back to like The Simpsons, like Kang and Kodos kind of stuff. The aliens that take over every Halloween. So, I mean, that's not what they do, but they appear usually in the Halloween episodes. So this has very, very few original ideas. However, it can be funny on occasion. Obviously the voice acting is good. Nat Faxon, he lays this Boston accent on super thick. He really is playing up the idiocy of this character. And okay, that's fine, but there's only so far really you can go with that before it becomes tiresome. Even in the opening credits, in the song or whatever, he sounds like somebody you want to punch. And that's the point. I understand that, but he's kind of unlikable. But again, the point, we're skewering him and sort of how things work in the world. And of course, the biggest idiot would be named the president, just because he stopped the war or whatever. So I understand the skewering that they're going for of certain American institutions and that kind of thing, but none of it really plays out very well, other than the jokes. It's a fairly well written show, which is interesting enough, right? Because everything else is sort of on the negative end, very routine. I've mentioned so many things that we're sort of copying from here, and the voice works okay. Chrissy Teigen, I can take her leave in general, but she doesn't really add anything to the role. I would say the best voice actors here for the roles are Tina Fey and Sam Richardson. I think they're really good. Sam Richardson plays like this really nerdy historian, and basically he stumbles upon the cabinet position with the president, but he's kind of a loser and adapting to this new world where, there's not that many guys left for competition with the ladies, so maybe I'm a stud now. That kind of thing is interesting, but those are the two best voice actors, I would say, in the roles. Everybody else is a little bit annoying, or maybe isn't enough character development, a bit one note, whatever. But through it all, there are some good jokes here. So this is definitely a mixed bag for me. I may watch another episode or two. I saw the first 3 of this, and I did get a few laughs, but certainly far from original. So I will leave Mulligan with a C. And you can check that out. All 10 episodes now streaming on Netflix. All right, thanks for watching Dan Reviews It. We'll see you next time. Bye.